evening, good evening, good evening. And as a station identification, we did not have a winner for the cruise last week from the Cynthia Manion show. Eric's going to please put up the text. It's text STAR 26786. And that was with the Baron Sir Dr. James Dentley. So you can go watch to find out any details. Don't call, don't text. Watch the replay. The information's in there. Text star in case you want to cruise. Someone's got to win. Might as well be you. Tonight, I am honored to welcome a truly inspiring guest, Rhina Valentin, a multi-hyphenated artist. Rhina is a multi-talented host, producer, actor, community leader who has spent over 2 decades creating space for culture, healing, and empowerment. For real, the woman just radiates joy. She's the host and creative producer of BronxNet's Open Friday, a program that I was lucky enough to be on. We'll talk about that. That was awesome. That's how I met her in person. And it's a program that has championed New York City's arts, cultures, and mental health advocacy for almost 20 years. Yeah, May of 2026. It's 20 years, ladies and gentlemen. Dedication, discipline, and a true love and passion for her craft and her guests and her people, spreading her message and her word. Her collaborations with institutions like the Lincoln Center, El Mose del Barro, and the Guggenheim Museum showcase her gift for amplifying Latina culture and bridging communities, which she does with her whole heart and soul. Rhina's work extends far beyond the stage and screen. She's a mentor, a cultural guardian, and a tireless advocate for wellness and social impact. Please join me in welcoming the vibrant, the visionary, the radiant, and the ever-inspiring Rhina Valentin to the Cynthia Manion Show. Woohoo!
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Cynthia. Oh my.
Oh, you are so welcome and so deserving. Can you just see the joy just radiating from her? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So what first inspired you to pursue a career in arts and media in the first place?
Well, interesting enough, my intention was never really to pursue media. I was a thespian. Well, I'm still a thespian. Once a thespian, always a thespian. However, I thought that I was going to either be in theater and or work on like a television sitcom, not in talk show host or variety show, holding space for other individuals to showcase themselves, right? But uh, I don't know, the universe had other plans because the space found me, and I've been able to hold it down for, as you mentioned, going on 20 years in May of 2026. And I know I don't look it.
Oh, you do not. You look fabulous, like a ray of sunshine, actually the whole sun. And Darlene's taken us on a walk with her, so I don't know where Darlene is, if the sun is still out or if it's sunset or if it's already dark with the setting sun coming
Oh,
earlier and earlier. Thanks. We appreciate you being here, Darlene.
it's lovely.
How wonderful. It is just so fun to see you here. This is funny. This is a switch. Last time you were interviewing me, and now I'm interviewing you. And I had such a good time with you. Here's Grace Cavalieri. What is the secret to your success?
Secret to my success, I want to say it's balance.
Mm,
Balance. I think the word success is defined by uh, each individual differently. And I feel that for me, success truly lies in happiness. And that can really only be achieved when you are living in the space of restoring balance. And I say restoring balance because every day is a new opportunity to start anew. And based on whatever it is that you had going on the night before or the day before, can either seep its way back in, and or you can process it and incorporate it into your day in a way that it no longer it's not necessarily renting all of your headspace. And I know that's probably not the answer that she was probably looking for, because it's not, for me it isn't really geared towards either career and or family, although both matter equally. I think it's about being present to both equally.
Grace is getting right in there. What did you have to overcome to achieve this balance?
I
Oh,
have, wow, that's deep. That's deep. That's
woo, Grace,
yes.
you could have been in this room with us when we were having our pre-discussion. That was like, woo.
Yeah. So the truth is adversity is a wonderful teacher, right? And it's only what you do with it. It's only what you're able to resolve from it, right? It can either make you or break you. And I, coming from an urban upbringing, have had to, uh, I've seen it all. Let me put it to you that way. And in having what I would say such a worldview, being from New York, I've been subjected to like things that I wouldn't wish on anybody, right? And but by the same token, I want to say they have been my blessings, because it's what's made me stronger. It's what's made me a lot more aware. It's what's allowed me to um, make decisions that are not based on the experience, as I mentioned, making or breaking you. And I know I'm speaking on the surface because I don't really want to get into the hardship of what my past brought, because it's from that I've been able to be who I am today. And but there was a time, and I want to say this because I do a lot of mental health advocacy, where the errors, the mistakes, or the experiences would repeat and replay, and in that repetition would hinder my movement, right? And so it also creates your own self beliefs. And in a lot of the internal work that I do, I'm a fervent meditator. I have been able to step outside of that experience as an observer. And granted, this has taken me a lot of time, and I'm still learning, but I've been doing it for so many years now that I'm able to step outside as an observer and look at the files, is what I refer to them as, and then align them, which is where the restoration of balance comes in. It's this awareness of seeing what's working and what's not, and not harping on what's not working. Instead, acknowledging that that's not working, and filing it in a place that is no longer dominating your day.
Mm. Grace says, good answer. Thank you. Very inspiring.
Thank
And
you.
there's some really good nuggets in that little place. If you get this, share it out and hit the replay and listen to that again. I would listen to it 3 times and let it sink in, because there are some golden nuggets that you can take with you right now so that you can clean out and go, "Is that truly making me happy?" And tuck it away. It doesn't need to be taking up your entire day. What was your mission for today? What's gonna make you 1% better? Where do you wanna be at the end of this journey, right? How can I be a better, kinder, nicer person? How can I serve?
And it
There's
starts with self. It all starts with self, meaning it starts with the inner dialogue. It starts with the inner dialogue that one has with self.
yes,
It's
yes.
not solely of being of service. It's understanding that we've all gone through some stuff. Everybody. I don't know one person that's lived this, like this free flow, effortless, like everything's easy breezy type of life. I don't know one person. And but what differentiates what we would describe as success is the what you do with it, what you do with that information. And it looks different for everybody because we all have different experiences, different upbringings, different environments, different relations. And at the end of the day, you really want to address the relationship you have to yourself.
True, true.
Yeah.
Thought.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time where uh, I would find myself like really super busy, and I mean, I'm still super busy, but busy for the sake of being busy and keeping busy, and serving for the sake of feeling like worthy and valued and so forth. And then at some point, it became like clearer to me that there was this void in validating, of validation. And that validation, and still I continue to work on it on a daily basis. It truly comes from having that time with self. I spend a lot of time with myself at the top of my morning. It's one of my disciplines every single day, every day. At least, I want to say, at least an hour and a half to 2 hours every day.
And that brings that inner peace, that glow you see coming from Rena. And 3 or 4 times a week, you swim and you meditate while you're swimming?
Correct. I actually swim 4 to 5 times. Yeah, I forgive you. I was like, you chopped me a day, but yeah.
Don't wanna do that. Please, thank you for the correction.
I do. I swim 4 to 5 days a week for 45
Uh,
minutes. And it is one of the greatest gifts I've ever um, gifted myself and have developed as a habit, because it's now at the point of feeling as normal as brushing my teeth. I reserve my pool. I live in a luxury high rise building, and I'm able to reserve my time slot for 45 minutes. So it solely belongs to me. And I play Zen music and I swim, but I swim intentionally, and I don't swim for, vigorously. I mean, I do, but it depends on the day, right? I do swim with form, but I really swim to immerse myself in the water and to have that conversation with the water, and to release into the water, and to rebirth in the water, and to come back to our origins, because we are made of water and we come from water. And when you want to get blessed, what do? They bring you into the water. And so for me, it's like a rebirth every day, swimming as my practice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And as a fellow mermaid, I relate.
I saw that. I saw that video. I said, "Oh my, Cynthia's a mermaid too." I love that.
And it's funny, Grace also swims, almost every day. Well, she has an appointment at 3 o'clock, and she goes and swims, and it's keeping her in excellent shape, healthy, happy. Because
Oh, so
happiness,
she can
I was happy. Go ahead.
No, I was saying so she could relate, right? Because yes, we do it for. It's definitely one of the best full body workouts that it supports the body, right? And you're using your entire all of your muscles and your movement and the different forms. And I do it all. I do it all. I swim nonstop for 45 minutes. Let's be clear about that. However, I don't swim for, as if though I'm training for a race. I swim to immerse myself in the water and relate to the water and be with the water and be with my thoughts, and understand that that this will be a moment. I mean, this is getting really profound, but that exchange that I have with the water on a daily basis will be a moment that will be a reflection of my life when that time comes. Is that profound for me?
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. And here is Patricia Geikich, from Canada, and she would fit right in with Grace and you and me for a cup of tea. It would be a lovely conversation. We'll see when that manifests itself in the world. Patricia, I met Miss Rena on Open Friday on Bronx Network in July, I believe it was. And I had the best time. And you made me happy, and you were profound and deep then, as a matter of fact. Um, we're going to put up a couple pictures from that. That was fun. It's so nice that you joined us, Patricia. Thank you. And I'm happy to be loved. And that mermaid and that swimming, if you haven't tried it, consider doing it again, because there's pools, oceans, rivers, lakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Eric,
What?
you gonna put up some of our pictures from Open Friday BronxNet?
Oh,
I'm sorry,
okay.
Rena, did I interrupt? Please go
No,
ahead.
not at all. Not at all.
Yes, we were playing.
Fun.
And she was wearing her blue sandal mermaid jelly shoes. They were so
Yep.
cool.
Yep. That I only wear in studio.
Well, there's the shoes I only wear in studio. It was so fun. You really interview people well. So how has this show evolved since you started nearly actually, like, 19 and a half, almost 20 years ago, really?
Yeah, I mean, I've grown in the show, so it's been an experience not only for me, for my viewers. I mean, when I say I've grown not only in age, in my style, my gas, like the studio. I will say is our temporary studio, the one that you visited, because the studio that the show originates from is actually a much larger studio that is currently being upgraded, and we're going to be heading back. But when we had to switch over to virtual show during the pandemic, when they brought us back in studio, that was the first studio that they upgraded all the equipment. So they placed us in there, and we've been in there for a couple of years now. But I'm hoping in 2026 to be in my former studio, which has 4 sets. It's way bigger.
Oh, that'll be fun. I can see you radiating all over that. Eric, put up a couple of pictures, or it's a nice studio, and you have a wonderful staff. Don't we have a couple staff pictures? There you
Oh, that's
go.
everything, Joe. Everything, Joe.
Yeah, tell them I said hi, and they were just so fabulous, and
Oh, lovely.
they adore you. They adore you.
Well,
We
we're a
talked.
unit. We're a unit. That's for certain. And look, that's a beautiful photo of the studio.
Yes.
And that's a small studio.
So, can you share a moment from Open Friday that deeply impacted you?
One of the most memorable, right? The first thing that comes to me in asking that question, because I deal with so many profound individuals, I feel so blessed that I'm just like, I get to learn from experts on a weekly basis. Like, this is my life. I get to sit there and learn from everybody who comes in and shares whatever their expertise is. But one of the most memorable moments I've had on Open was this musician. Her name was Angelica Negron. And Angelica Negron, I've never ever seen this in my life. She came in with a whole bunch of plants, and she had the plants connected to like these electro wires, and she created the most beautiful music from touching the plants.
Huh,
She was playing music while having like a conversation with the plants.
huh. We need to see the replay of that.
OMG. And if I'm not mistaken, that may have been the last show that we shot in studio before we were basically in, on I'm losing my trail of thought. Hunkered down, right? Hunkered.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's okay. It's over.
yeah,
It's gone. You
yeah,
thrive.
yeah. But interesting enough, I want to say it probably was so impactful because she was connecting to nature, and that was the last experience I had in studio. And throughout the pandemic, it's nature that saved me, because I live across the street from a park, and I spent a lot of time walking on grass bare feet and hugging trees and just really being connected to nature, and I'm a city girl.
Yeah. Yeah. You founded what? Transformation stations. Can you share how those, green spaces became a site for urban healing for you? Because the woman walks her talk. Talks her walk? Yeah, she does. So, she did that, and then she, founded transformation stations.
Wow, and I thank you for bringing that up, because now you're also like reflecting upon me. That to me is like my love letter to the parks for
Mm.
saving me during the pandemic, right? So Transformation Stations is this program that I was blessed, I want to say, because I was approached by the one of the organizations who partnered up with the mayor's neighborhood safety initiatives, and I was given this opportunity. I was given a budget and was like, hey, we want you to do something in the park, and we want it to be unique and different. And so I basically created this experience where you would learn bite-sized ways to alternatively heal yourself, right? So we had facilitators that were offering information and experiences, because everybody left with something that was related to the tent that they visited. So we had one person teaching people how to sage properly. We had a person doing mandala art to we had another person doing chair yoga. We had one doing healing with crystals. We had one teaching essential oils. We had another one doing candle making, and they were all in on grass, like situated in a circular way, so that it was a circle that we were enclosed, right? Like you do in rituals, except
Uh-huh.
each we had like different tents that everyone had to visit and learn in bite sizes these alternative healing modalities that they can use for themselves.
Fantastic. We could use that everywhere right now.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, if somebody would fund me to put it up more regularly, I would. However, it's really meant to be a summer solstice experience. It was deliberately designed to kind of help everybody usher their way into the summer movement, understanding and learning and having alternative ways to address whatever it is that they have going on, because we all have a lot going on right now.
And that happens every year, every summer,
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
everywhere. Talking about art though, oh, Eric, put up the picture of Rena's, what do you call it, a bust? Look at this. Look
Yep.
at this. This is so neat. Is this the Latina project?
So this is world-renowned artist Rigoberto Torres, who partners up with another world-renowned artist named John Ahern. They are very well known, and they had this amazing exhibition at the Bronx Museum of Arts called Swagger and Tenderness, and this curator by the name of Amy Rosenblum Martin um, kind of enrolled everybody into having me cast as the culmination of the exhibition, and so this is the one that lives in my house, the one
Ooh.
he's restoring, because there was a little like some little things like got a little loose in transportation. There are three versions of this. This is my daughter's version, and that one hangs up on my wall. And then the other two versions, one lives in the Bronx Museum of the Arts as part of their permanent collection, and then the other one lives at El Museo del Barrio as part of their permanent collection, and is currently on display as part of the Hangueando exhibition that will be up for an entire year.
And these are amazing. They only make 3 of each, 1 for you and 1 for them and 1 for the exhibits. I guess they have 2, so it's crown 2 and crown 3. So you
Correct.
can almost visualize the crown on top of Rena's head right now, just glowing out,
Well,
radiating possibilities.
I love when you say that to me, Cynthia. Radiating possibilities. I was just going to also mention that each crown has something different inside of them, so you can identify them.
because she has a lot of different little stars in there that mm, that she hasn't shared. That's probably a special secret for her that she holds in her heart
What are
with
we
the
talking?
universe.
Hmm?
Yes. So what does it mean for you to give a platform to local artists, entrepreneurs, and community voices, which you are already doing in which way? But tell us more.
So, as I mentioned earlier, when I started to embark on my creative journey, I have always been a creative. I've always crafted characters. I thought I was going to be a comedic actor, right? I went to a conservatory. I did a master's program. I'm trained in Meisner technique. That's the direction I thought I was going in. And for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, I just trust the process. Let's just say I was performing at the world-renowned New Rican Poets Cafe, and the executive director of BronxNet Television, who's still the executive director, Michael Maxnavi, was accompanied by a gentleman by the name of Ibrahim Gonzalez, uh, and they Ibrahim invited him to come check out this quirky show because that's what I do. I do very avant-garde type vaudeville style messaging, and they I was given Michael gave me the opportunity to host the pilot episode of Open, and that was back in 2006, and I have been the host of Open Friday since. Initially, it was supposed to be a co-hosting, and the other host they gave him a different day because Open actually has different hosts for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'm the Friday host, and they all have different themes as well. And so my show advocates arts, culture, women empowerment, youth development, mental health awareness, and domestic violence awareness because I'm also a domestic violence survivor.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg, you know. You see that picture where there's iceberg and all the water and all the good stuff's down below.
Uh-huh.
You know what? She could have been a dancer, and she sings karaoke, and she disappeared. She has so many hidden talents. It is so amazing to have her, and she's back.
I'm
I just
sorry, I don't know what happened there.
It's okay. You sing karaoke. Well, I thought maybe you were gonna break into a song. She's worked with institutions like, the
Are you
Lincoln Center.
there? I'm so sorry.
It's okay, we're right here, and we're talking about you working with the Lincoln Center and Almoso de Barro, and what has
Hello?
that collaboration meant to you? We can hear you, just keep talking.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear me? I can't hear you.
Hmm. Well, just tell us a story. Tell us a story.
So, I'm so sorry. I
Okay,
my daughter was FaceTiming me, and that's what disrupted this. But I can't hear you now. I'm
that's
so
okay.
sorry.
Just tell us about your life. Just talk.
Leave and come back? Okay.
Oh, that might work.
No, don't leave and come back.
Eric, what do you think? Sure, go right ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you
Well, that's okay. Just tell us
at
a
all.
story. Um,
Oh, this was going so well. I'm
I'm
so
having such a
sorry.
good time. It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead, leave and come back. Let's see if that works.
Leave and come back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. How do I
Anyway,
do that?
she has, interviewed so many different women and men and artists and musicians and you name it, producers, directors. She has interviewed some of them multiple times. So there's, one that caught my attention. So she was interviewed, when she wrote a book, and then she was interviewed when she wrote a speech, and then she was interviewed when she made it into a play, and Rena went to her play to see her, And then she was interviewed, when she made it into a script. And then she was interviewed when it became a short documentary. And now it's nationwide. It just opened in September 19th, I think it opened. Oh, and she was on the Oprah show. Her name is Elaine DeVille, and she is a director, a producer, an actress, and she got this movie out there by Viva Pictures. Just someone that I caught my eye in one of the interviews. There are so many great interviews on Bronx Network TV in Bronx, and you just have to go see Open Friday there on BronxNet. BronxNet. We look forward to her seeing her back in her own studio. And sometimes you just go through that entire sequence. Can you imagine being friends with so many years that you watch their whole trajectory of their life keep going and growing and growing and growing? What an exciting time. What an exciting thing to do. She's such a lovely woman. Do any of you swim? Put it in the chat. Are you swimmers? So she swims, she's an artist, she's a podcast, she's an actor, she's a dancer, she does karaoke. She does lots of work for her community in green spaces and mental health. She speaks Spanish. Oh, I just got Black Pearl Love Letter to the Ocean. You've seen that book? Maybe Eric can pop one up. So Love Letter to the Ocean was just recorded and sent in to there she is. I just was saying I recorded Black Pearl Love Letter to Ocean, had it recorded in Spanish. So it will be on Audible soon.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. And I told a brief story about someone that I just happened to follow a little bit, that you've known through her whole progression of her life, from writing a play to a book to a script to a short, and now that was made. It's
Yeah,
on
it's a feature film that has a national run. You're talking about Elaine de Valle with her feature film now. Uh, it's all over nationwide, Brownsville bred, and just got extended here in New York till next Wednesday.
and that's just one person that she's touched in the I don't know, one a week for 20 years. You do the math, ladies and gentlemen. All those little hearts that she has taken to the next step, given confidence to, given a gift of herself to help them proceed on. And you were just going to tell us, you were talking about local artists, entrepreneurs, and community voices that you've given a platform to besides Miss
Elaine del Valle. Yeah,
Elaine.
she's a powerhouse, and it has been my absolute privilege to have her journey documented on that level. Right, I had her on when her film was transferring she was, I guess, creating another rendition of it via book. Right, it went from being a play to a book to a short film, and now the feature film, and it's taken her almost 10 years to accomplish that. And we at Open have that process or that journey on record. And I'm sorry, I'm a little flustered because my daughter is torturing me right now, asking me for certain things. And I am like, oh my gosh, really? Must you now? And you already know how that goes, right? When they need something, they need it now. And everything, the world has to stop. So
It's
forgive
okay.
me.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
That's
And
what it
take care of
is.
your daughter because we take care of our family. And I know that she means so much to you. I was
Oh,
uh, proud to give her a book for her birthday, as a matter of fact. So
that's right.
that was
That's right.
very
Give it.
fun.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So I feel a little centimeter attached to her. So please take care of whatever needs that she has, because being a parent, a mother, never stops, right? Or a father. You have to take care of your family and their needs and be there for them. And you never know how much that will impact them in the future.
Right. And then there's the reality of like the world has to stop for them.
It's nice that they have someone that values them that much.
Yeah, yeah, I tell you. I tell you. But once I know this is in the can, I will feel much better. But I may have to revisit my phone and my apologies, my sincerest apologies, because this is kind of disrupting the
Life,
flow.
it's life. Don't even worry about it.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
So, meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, if you were on for the last podcast with Baron Sir Dr. James Dentley III, we had a contest last week, and Eric's going to put up the text star to 26786. If you recall, he was raffling away a free cruise, 3 nights, 4 days. So you can text that and win it. And if you want to hear more details, go watch the replay of the Cynthia Manion show from last Wednesday, where he mentions it, I think 2 or 3 times in there. But use this one. This is the updated one. Because since we did not have a winner, he said, oh, we'll run it again. So there it is, star to 26786. I really would like one of my listeners to win so that they can send us pictures and tell us all about it, because that would be very fun.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Rhina.
Yay, I'm back. And thank you so much for your patience and
Ah,
understanding. Yeah.
yeah, let's go to Latin Luminaries. What inspired that series?
Latine Luminaries, that was presented by Lincoln Center. That actually had a nice 3-year run, and we presented it during Hispanic Heritage Month, which we happen to be in right now, which takes place between September 15th and October 15th. I know that's a little unusual. It's actually 2 months, but it's from September 15th to October 15th. And I created this television show called Colors of Rhina. And in that television show, I had these segments that interesting enough, I've birthed into their own independent shows, right? So I had this segment called Latin. I named it Latine with the at, right, to neutralize the gender, until that was before Latinx became a thing, and then Latine became a thing, and then Lincoln Center offered me this wonderful opportunity to present uh, a new concept, and I created the show that would highlight individuals who have are pretty well recognized within our community, but do not get the national shine that they deserve. I had people such as Sonia Manzano, who she is recognized as being Maria from Sesame Street. She's what we refer to as our national tia, our national aunt. And then I had Sandra Guzman, who is an Emmy Award winning journalist, who used to be the editor in chief at Latina magazine, which was a national magazine. And then my last guest of honor was Elizabeth Young-Pierre, who is an attorney and a climate justice warrior, who is the executive director of Uprose Brooklyn. That being said, I was given this opportunity to share their stories on a broader platform, and unfortunately, we didn't do it this year because of
Hmm.
all these major non-for-profit, arts cuts. I'm hoping that won't be the case next year, but in the time that I did create it and serve in that platform, the fulfillment that I was able to walk away with is, aside from creating, because I'm always happy when I'm creating, is that I took up something that was slated to be a 5-minute segment, and I made it into an hour show, and it has its own identity now. And it was presented by Lincoln Center. Hello.
Yes. Talk about happiness and success. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's quite magical. Like I just love creating, Cynthia. Really, I just love taking something from nothing and crafting. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. There's something really fulfilling in that. And I just have to check this message again. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna keep excusing myself.
No, it's okay. You can be thinking about the next question, which is, you moderate a lot of groundbreaking panels as well, like curls and coils and kinks. So
Yes.
when you get off, you can tell us why that event was so important to you.
So again going back to hosting on open and meeting all these amazing people and having these wonderful opportunities present themselves through connection. The individual who owns the company Purio, which is this beauty line that has anything from like body cream to like hair products, that is primarily organic and just like cow's milk. It's very interesting. The products they're very um, they're very light and minimal chemicals, and so they expanded like tremendously and created this summit called the hair hair and beauty hair education beauty summit, hair education beauty summit, right? I'm like, wait, I know the acronym is HEBS, but it's hair education beauty summit. And then so I would of course help them in that beginning stages, and then last year they invited myself and some pretty well-known other Afro Latinas to serve in this new panel that they were initiating called the Afro Latina Experience, the curls, coils, and kinks. And I served as the moderator, and I had amazing panelists such as Amara La Negra and Julissa B. And if you're in my community, you know that these are pretty well-known names. And this is what I mean. Like within our community, there are people who are doing it, and then unless they're out there on a broader level, on a national level, they're not really recognized outside of our community. And so I do my best to not only expose myself to a broader community, but everybody else in the process.
And you're doing it right now, so it's just not yet, because right now you're dropping those little droplets into the ocean so they can go out and more people can hear. Just go and look up their names, go see that where they are on their Instagram and their social media and learn. So how's your identity as a proud Afro Latina shaped your career and your mission, Miss Rena?
So that's actually something I had to embrace, right? My Afro Latinidad, because within my culture, like we don't really look at people by the color of their skin.
Yeah.
My family alone is like, we're talking every color on the spectrum. Uh, I mean, from white to blue-eyed, blonde hair, all the way to black, purple, black. And when I say purple, black, I mean like really, really dark, 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 and everything in between. And so I wasn't raised to look
Mhm.
at people by the color of their skin and or the texture of their hair. And it wasn't until I moved to California. I lived in California for quite some time, where all of a sudden that became the point of interest in people getting to know me. What are you? They would ask me, what are you?
Really?
Yes, they
Are
would
you?
really ask me, what are you?
Oh, I've
Yeah,
never.
look, because you're exotic. Are you half black? And I would hear it over and over and over. Are you half black? That was unusual for me because I wasn't raised like that. And in New York, nobody really pays attention to that. Like over here, you're a New Yorker. You know, you're a New Yorker first. Um, and so at some point, I started realizing that the melanin in my skin was prominent.
It's beautiful, adds to your radiance.
and so, and so after I started just embracing the fact that it was a mere curiosity of people wanting to figure out what my background was, I became defiant and a little snare, and I would respond with, "Well, why don't you ask me if I'm half white? How about that?"
Oh, oh, that's good. That's a good turnaround. Yeah.
Well, that's why I said my melanin was prominent, because they would ask me, "Are you half black?" You know, which in
Huh.
my culture we are referred to as mulatas, which would be mulatto in the American culture, but nobody really, like, it's never been a thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying this to say that with time, I began identifying more with the fact that I'm Afro Latina. It was never a term that really made any difference, but at this point, I feel that it's something that needs to be brought into the forefront in understanding that we come in all shapes, all sizes, all colors, and that within itself, I think, makes us a really beautiful race, because of the fact that we have every color on the spectrum. And I'm not saying I prefer to identify as one more than the other. I just accepted the fact that it's what's prominent, and in that prominence, embracing that, yeah, I'm Afro Latina, and we come from a culture that had to deal with the slave trade, and some of our music is designed to communicate, having been, in those type of environments, in conveying information and news. Like, we have music that's referred to as bomba en plena, and it was a way of communicating the news without the others being able to understand. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, I mean, I kind of went off into a tangent, but the whole point really that I'm alluding to is that I kind of, it's like with everything else that I've experienced, even in my spirituality, I kind of embraced that it wanted to be identified within me. And so I carry it as such. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense. Yes, and you radiate, and it doesn't matter because we're all humans and we're all of the same. We all have eyes, nose, hearts, lungs. We breathe, we think, we feel. I was with you as a child. I lived in the Seychelles Islands in the same family, black, black, white, white, every color in between, and never noticed. Just wasn't even in my thought process. So I find it very interesting, and I don't worry about it because I don't believe in labels.
Neither do I. I believe we're all one race, the human race, and that's how I live, right? But
Yeah.
as far as being an Afro Latina, it's almost like for me, there was a self reclamation. Like, I reclaimed something. I reclaimed my ancestry in just claiming that identity, like embracing it wholeheartedly, versus just kind of like skimming over it, which is what I used to do. I used to it was nothing that it didn't never it never even really came to mind until I moved outside of New York. And so it was never
Hmm.
a thing. And now, because it was a thing, it stuck with me, and now I wear it proudly.
So you've been called a cultural guardian. How do you carry that responsibility?
Whew. Like everything else that we've been discussing, I have been really in this space and place of just trusting whatever wants to be in my cipher. Like, and so, cultural guardian, I do my best to uphold the integrity of our culture, and that looks different for various cultures. But I want to say it's the New York culture first and foremost, because if you're from New York, you're from New York first, and then your subculture or your origins, right? And so that is something that I always recognized every time I traveled. I used to travel a lot. I mean, I want to travel more. I'm waiting for my daughter to graduate already, so I can I can just regain my independence. No, I travel with her, but it's not the same as like I used to, and just go and explore and so forth. And so, but I'm saying this to say, like, everywhere I went when I was traveling, I would always, like, for some reason, find the New Yorkers, and then we would all stick together, and we would all find something in common, regardless of what our backgrounds were. And so, so there's the New York culture, is what I'm saying, right? And then there's the culture, the arts culture, the culture of different races and belief systems, and um, what else? Spiritual, and then there's the diversity that exists within our New York City, right? Because, as I started with, we're New York, and then we're this. I such a common term, the melting pot, but we're a mosaic of cultures, and then I honor finding our similarities within our differences. And so I want to say, I guess perhaps I'm identified as such because I genuinely enjoy, like, learning whatever it is that somebody else has to offer that may not be of my culture or from my culture, but that I'm able to find something similar to relate to it. And that can only really come from listening and caring, and honoring the fact that, yeah, we're living in a shared space. Our original home is Earth.
And traveling,
Yeah.
and you even traveled to Washington, DC to be honored at the White House. What was that experience like?
Well, I hate to say this, it's unfortunate, but and I say it's unfortunate because I I went to the inaugural Afro Latino celebration at the White House, and I don't think we're gonna have that again this year.
What's the significance of being honored as Madria by El Muso de Barro?
A madrina,
Madrina,
a
madrina,
madrina,
madrina.
translated to English, is godmother, and um, and so the El Museo del Barrio, in their Three Kings celebration, they honor three kings, and they also honor community leaders. And they identify them as madrinas and padrinos, which is godmothers and godfathers. It's almost like the discussion we're having is people cultural bearers, right? And that's the reason why I was also brought out to Washington D.C. They brought, like, cultural leaders that are in New York, and I'm sorry if I went somewhere else, but it was a
Okay,
beautiful experience. It was a beautiful experience. It was
yeah,
really
cool.
beautiful to see all the different Afro Latinos come from different parts of the United States to meet up in Washington D.C. to celebrate our identity, and that was also done during Black History Month.
Ooh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
October 17th to October 15th.
No, that so September 15th to October 15th is Hispanic Heritage Month.
Oh,
Black
Spanish
History Month is in February.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Kevin, appreciate you being here. Um, so we're running out of time. Oh no, I still have a zillion questions. What are some of the projects you're currently working on that excite you?
So we are approaching Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I actually have a partnership with the Violence Intervention Program, and I'm going to be mounting an immersive experience, a theatrical immersive experience called Sticky Notes No Longer Hurt Me, and
Ooh,
that's going to be taking place October 27th on a Monday evening, at El Barrio's Art Space. And I'm really excited about this piece because it's a two-woman show. It's got a percussionist. And there's a healing undertone, in which the audience is also going to feel, and we hope experience.
sounds like your cup of tea for sure. Where do you see your work, and the broader cultural movement going in the next 5 years?
Well, I want to say that I live and stand by making sure that we remain visible and relevant from just from this essential place of contributing to society, in especially in healing. That is my motivator. I feel that when we're able to come together in whatever space with that intention, we all leave better people.
Beautiful. Yes. And how can your audience support you and connect with your work?
So I just mentioned when that particular show is going to be taking place. However, I am on air every Friday on BronxNet Television, and we do go live on YouTube as well on BronxNet's channel. I The live stream begins at 10 a.m. and we're also available 24 hours a day at BronxNet.tv. And then there's my website, RhinaValentin.com. And of course, you can follow me on all social media platforms, Rhina Valentin, and my name is spelled Rhina. The H is silent. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now.
And in closing, what advice would you give to young creatives who want to amplify their community stories?
So I think it's important for everybody to basically contribute whatever it is that they have to offer, right? Um, I think to live in purpose is where joy resides, and if you feel compelled to have to share something, whether it's a good story or a story that maybe you're afraid to share, if it's in your head, it's definitely in your best interest to release it, because um, the richest place that exists right now that is filled with stories is the cemetery.
Mm, ouch. Yeah, yeah,
Well, untold stories, I should say.
yes, yes. So,
Right. So my point is that just do it, right? Just do it in whatever form it is that, or whatever practice you choose, be it through music, be it through poetry, be it through book writing, performing, wherever it is, whatever your medium is, the idea is that you release it and you share it, because guess what? It matters. It totally matters.
totally matters. And when you don't want to be there in bed going, I wish I had, I could have, I would have, I would. No, 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 no. So, how do you balance being a creator, performer, community leader, and all of these projects that you do? How do you, and a daughter?
I meditate. As I mentioned, I start my day meditating. I swim. And I also give myself permission to nap when I need to. And sometimes I meander in the park just to exercise, not having a commitment or a destination. I do
Mm,
that on purpose.
I
I
believe.
purposely will stop and go, I think, and I also exercise these timeout Tuesdays. I It hasn't worked out for since I got back from my summer break just yet, because I'm still like the keys was in the ignition and jumped right into fifth gear. However, I will be getting back to my timeout Tuesdays, and my timeout Tuesdays are the days that I give myself permission to schedule whatever it is that I want for myself and or not, right? So when I say schedule, I'll go get a massage. I'll, like I said, meander in the park. I'll sleep if I feel like it. I'll just lie in bed and read a book. But the idea is that I'm committed to myself.
And
And
if you don't take care of you, who will?
right. But there's also the importance of prioritizing yourself, right?
Mhm.
When you're
Self-care.
project driven, I'm project driven. So and before I know it, time goes by like this, because I'm always living into a project deadline. And so before you know it, months go by, and I blink my eye, a whole year went by. And so in that process, it's important to not, I mean, yeah, go get your hair cut, go get your hair done, go get your mani patty and so forth. But from an intentional place, I basically shut it down, and I give myself permission to make myself the priority. So like if somebody wants to have a meeting with me and or have some kind of exchange with me, I have a discussion, an internal discussion as to whether or not I want to disrupt the flow of doing nothing, because from nothing anything is possible. And but you have to intentionally get to that place of nothing, and that within itself is its own mastery of genuinely surrendering into being okay with nothing.
More jewels from Rena. Radiating possibility, because if you don't refuel yourself, how can you give to the world? Here's my little radiating possibility.
Yay, love that.
Which you do so much. Thank you so much for being on our show today. Ladies and gentlemen, please share this out. The amazing Rhina Valentin. Look for her at Rhina Valentin. Join her social media, follow her, go watch her show. She is amazing, and she will just open your eye up to a new culture that perhaps you haven't dived in enough. Or if you have, maybe you go be on her show. Or does she open your heart so you take better care of yourself and bring out your creative? What were you going to do? Write that book, write that song, sing that song, play that instrument, take that walk, do the exercise, whatever it is, only you know. And we need to know. Live your best life, make wise choices. I'll see you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Cynthia Manion Show. Share that out. And if you haven't texted the star number, Eric will put it up one more time. Someone has to win that cruise so I can hear about it and live vicariously. Star to 26786. Thank you, Miss Rena. And please stay with us so we can debrief in the green room.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Thank you,
Ladies
everybody.
and gentlemen,
Thank
yes,
you
we'll
for your
see you next.
patience. Wow.
The Cynthia Manion Show, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live.